Hello everybody and welcome back to another BMOC video. I'm glad you decided to spend some time with me today, and I hope I can entertain you for a few minutes. In this video series, we will continue to discuss some of the heroes we know and love, and more importantly, some of the ones we're not as familiar with. So enjoy. If you were catching my drift from last video, you may know today we're going to talk about the War Machine. Now, some of you may be familiar with James Rhodes, aka Rhodey, aka the War Machine, as he played a big role in the MCU Iron Man movies, portrayed primarily by Don Cheadle. But if you dive deeper into the comic book lore, you'll see a side of Rhodey you didn't know existed. Rhodey is a skilled military pilot and one of the few people Stark ever trusted with an Iron Man suit. Rhodes first met and helped Stark shortly after his first outing as Iron Man. Tony gave Rhodes a job as his personal pilot and chief aviation engineer. Rhodey even took the mantle as Iron Man when Tony was struggling with alcoholism and when Tony was assumed to be assassinated. Rhodey was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and as a kid he was subjected to racism and gang violence, but he stayed focused and got an education. He eventually joined the United States Marines and became a pilot. Rhodey was on a mission when enemy missiles blasted him out of the sky. He managed to land with minor injuries, but his plane wasn't so lucky. Thankfully, the newly built Iron Man was passing by after he avenged his friend, his fellow prisoner, and Stark was able to prove to Rhodey that they were on the same side. So he let Iron Man drain the batteries from his plane to recharge his suit, and they formed a bond right there. They trekked through the jungle together where they found an enemy rocket base, and they destroyed it, and Stark offered him a job as a pilot. Rhodes first declined the offer, but then he changed his mind after seeing all the good Iron Man could do. They went on to fight big corporations like Roxxon Oil, Hammer Industries, and so on. Tony Stark was dealing with alcohol, and Rhodes took up the mantle as Iron Man. Rhodes' performance drew the attention of many big-name superheroes, like Hawkeye, who invited him to be a part of the West Coast Avengers. Unfortunately, Rhodes began having headaches because the cybernetics in the Iron Man helmet was never calibrated for his brain patterns. This caused him to act irrationally, putting lives in danger. Tony knew he had to stop Rhodes, so he did. And Rhodey, being ashamed of himself, tried to fix his headaches. He left the Iron Man and worked with a mystic Indian shaman who helped him cure his headaches, and he later rejoined Stark and even occasionally took on the role as Iron Man. During a battle on the space station, Rhodes almost burned to death when he re-entered the atmosphere, and now every time he put on the Iron Man suit, he would have PTSD, and he had to permanently resign as Iron Man. Several years later, Stark was fatally injured, and to the public's knowledge, they were told he had died. Rhodes believed Stark was gone, and his last wish for him was to continue the legacy of Iron Man as the War Machine. Rhodes later found out that Tony was alive, and this made him angry, and he cut all ties with Stark. Rhodes went on to help the West Coast Avengers and do many solo missions. James Rhodes is a skilled marksman and a pilot, and when he's equipped with the Iron Man suit, he has many weapons at his arsenal, and he was also awarded the Purple Heart and the Medal of Freedom. Rhodes first appeared in Iron Man number 118 in January 1979, and officially took the name War Machine in Avengers West Coast Volume 2, number 94, in May 1993. And that about does it for the origins of the War Machine. I want to thank you for stopping by and watching this video, and I hope you learned something and were entertained. If you did like this video, I would really appreciate your subscription to my channel and a nice comment. Stay tuned as we discuss other superheroes' origins. Sneak peek for next video, we'll be talking about a ninja assassin. See you next time. BMOC Videos.